Just do a thing again. Hi. Hey. Hey, what's up? This is currently attempt number 3. Please work this time. Hi. Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new, hey, what's up? I'm glad to see you here. If not, welcome back. We're in a new setup, as you can, well, new to you, as you can see. Yeah, for those of you who don't know who I am, which is no surprise because I'm like nobody really. My name's Mika. I've been a fan of K-pop/Korean music for the past 10 years. My first group that got me into all this mess is Sonoshide, and I am going to make a video. Actually, I already made a video talking about this. It's just not up yet. It's not up yet. I made it before I got this new piercing. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, been a fan for a minute. I saw BTS, okay, when they first came out, and yeah, I've been following them since then, which is the reason why I decided to apply for the casting for the video. So, in this one, we're going to talk about things that did not make it into the Jubilee video. Some of my answers, there's some answers that the others didn't make it that I'll also talk about too, but I want to put my input in that did not get to reach everyone else. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, I'm going to talk about the wig. Before the shoot started, before the shoot, I had actually ordered the wig that I'm wearing. I know she looks kind of beat right now, but just don't talk, don't say nothing. Yeah, I actually ordered this wig to go with my outfit for the shoot, and I had it on Amazon Prime. And when it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, it said it was like out for delivery, and I was like, okay, great, like the shoot's not until a certain time. I have time to wait for the dude to come in and get my wig. Wrong. My wig did not come in on time, so I had to resort to a different wig that looked better. And sadly, the wig that I chose kind of matched the outfit a little bit better than the other wigs that I had. And listen, y'all, I knew the wig was beat, okay? I knew it was busted. I knew how it looked. I tried to fix it. I didn't take into account that the set is dark and that there's going to be lights. There was literally lights everywhere on the ground above me. So yeah, any little flyaways, you were going to see it, and you did see it. So yeah, luckily enough though, I am a grown woman, okay? And I also have better confidence than I did when I was younger. So because I'm grown and I'm crazy for myself, yeah, I didn't really take to heart I knew it was gonna happen. And quite honestly, it's fun watching people talk about the wig and myself. I mean, any press is good press, you know what I'm saying? With that said, hello, welcome. I'm taking donations for a new wig. So if you would like to see me not struggle the next time I appear on another thing like that, maybe hopefully in the future, go ahead and donate to my Cash App, Mika Tim. I will take anything because yeah, that was very wrong for me to wear that to that shoot. So anyway, yeah, the wig was busted, went to the shoot. And yeah, I just want to talk really quick about my thoughts about everyone and first impressions. The first person I saw pulling up was Darla. And when I saw her outfit, I was like, damn, she cute. Like, when I went in, the first people I saw talking were Trinity and Tay. Don't hate me, y'all, that are in the video, but right off the bat, just based on looks, there were 3 people who I was kind of like, okay, I kind of want to ask them questions and see like where their minds are at, which was Darla, Trinity, and Tay. But it's not because like they were the first peoples that I saw come in. Brie came in last apparently, and I didn't see Jose at the time. But when Brie came in, I could just tell, like she was really nervous, but I could just tell that she was ARMY or at least a fan. And Yeah, I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I think she has not had, I'm pretty sure it's still there, a photo of Tay in her phone case. So I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I see you, girl. All right, you know, I'm not gonna suspect anything of you because you might be a new, I feel I was getting like a new fan, but you know, it is what it is. When I saw Alan, I kind of suspected Alan for a second, but then I was like, you know what, maybe he's just chill too, like Brie. So, and lo and behold, they were new fans. So it was just like, okay, I got that. The one wild card for me was Tay. I was really curious if he was just like a fan of Korean hip hop, which is why the one question that I asked that made it in, I think it was the only question I asked too, but I said way more in the episode, but that's why the question I asked dealt with hip hop, because I personally wanted to make sure if my speculations were correct when I first saw him. But to be fair, this is what I'm gonna say, with first impressions, oh dear God, with first impressions, you can't really go off that. It's unfortunate because, hold on. It's unfortunate because I didn't really get to talk to Tay a lot before we started recording. By the way, they told us not to talk to each other, but we did it anyway because we don't know how to listen. But one thing that I will mention is that kind of did not help out in his favor during the shooting is Tay had mentioned tickets to go see Monsta X and possibly KCON, and at first I was like, oh hell yeah, that's my dude, we're gonna go to concerts afterwards. But then I thought about it, I was like, but what if it's just a tactic? Yeah, that kind of set the mood for some of the questions, like the speculations that I had towards the end. So I want to get into when Brie asked everybody if they're ARMY or if they are just a fan.
So do you guys like all consider yourselves like fan or ARMY? Because you know there's like a difference.
Response didn't make it in there. And I want to say something that I thought was really cute in the video when Jose was talking about what like being ARMY is. He was spot on. Jose was spot on with what his explanation of ARMY and how like there's like a sense of like pride and stuff. Well, I'll say this. I consider myself a fan of BTS, okay? I don't really claim the ARMY thing, and here is why. Please don't hate me for this. It's good, I promise it's good. I feel like, for me personally, if I claim a fandom from a group, I feel like for me, that means my relationship with the artist and the group as a whole is deep enough to the point where like any like trivia I can like answer about it, or anyone asks like when's their birthday, I can like say it right off the bat. Like you could be a fan and not necessarily know your fave's birthday. Just like little stuff like that, and actively always supporting them. So for me, there was only 2 groups in the past so far where I was like that with, and those groups are Infinite, so I claim to be in spirit, and Block B, and which is Block B Club, BBC. There's no groups currently that I feel like I connect deep enough like how I used to in the past, and there's a reason for that. Between the years of 2013 and 2016, I was homeless in both Chicago and in LA. And those are like prime years for BTS's upcoming. So because of that happening, I didn't have a phone or a computer or anything. I was not connected to the internet, which was really interesting. Your life changes when you're not connected to the internet for some years, because I feel so weird when I try to talk about things or like engage in things. So please excuse me. I am slowly coming back into society. Yeah, I was homeless, and it was really hard because like homelessness, it changes you as a person completely. Like it's hard going back to being how you were. I was really a hardcore like K-pop fan when I first got into it. Like I was crazy, but it's definitely not the same these days, and it's kind of sad, but slowly I'm starting to come back into everything. And yeah, yeah. But anyway, I knew people would think that I'm not a fan because I don't understand the inside jokes and stuff. Not everyone's situation was the same, so I think it's ridiculous to say that if you don't understand this joke, you're not a real fan. One thing I will say is during my time not having stable housing, I was still able to keep up with BTS's music at least. And yeah, like that helped me through a lot, as well as other artists at the time too. And that's okay. Like, honestly, I think it's okay. I don't think people should like judge you just because you feel more of a fan than of a full-blown like hardcore stan. I can tell you anything about their Korean discography. I can tell you anything about the albums up and down, like musical wise. If you start throwing trivia at me, it's not there yet. So there's that. Speaking of trivia, the jokes I do get is, I think the jokes that I get these days are more so jokes from their American interviews. And like, I could not stop saying like, I love Panda Express and Sprite and stuff like for a month. Like during that time, I was working at a very stressful like work environment that took so much energy out of me, like mentally, emotionally, physically, like all of it was just zapped. But like for like a solid month, I remember coming back home, playing that video on the TV and just always quoting it. And like me and Chris, we couldn't stop like laughing. It was just stupid. I wanted to like mention those, but I overthought a lot going into the shoot because I was like, what if I say it and they don't understand and then it doesn't work, whatever. And also, by the way, I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I wanted to go into the shoot and say, why you sad, and see if everyone would respond. And also I wanted to do like a run of a fan chant or like the lyrics from Dang and see if people would respond saying Dang to the lyrics. But before the shoot, I remember Darla and Tay saying like, I hope that there's, well, not necessarily Tay, I think Tay just explained, but Darla saying, I hope that there's no jams in this filming. And I was like, shoot, if I say that, does that mean I'm a no jam? I don't know what is considered a no jam, because like like I noticed afterwards people were saying like, I don't know why they didn't say like, why you sad, to see if people respond. So I was like, shoot, I should have just said it anyway, because now I see that it's actually a joke that's not like cringy. I didn't want to be cringy, so I definitely like retracted a lot. I was super nervous the whole shoot because it was just kind of like we were just like thrusted into it and it's like go. So yeah, I didn't want to be like cringy or anything. I wanted to represent the fandom in a good light and stuff. So yeah, how I got into them. At the time when they were just a wee Nugu group, my girlfriend at the time had actually shown me the video to Bulletproof Part 2. I was a bitter BBC at this time because I believe like Block B, this is like either the beginning or in the middle, but I'm sure timeline wise it all lines up where Block B was in the middle of their lawsuit with their company. And at that time, no one was making music like them. Like BAP was another group that was doing like hip hop. And I'm sure there was other groups too, but Block B and BAP were the ones doing it, but I preferred Block B style more. And when BTS first came out, literally everybody on Tumblr was comparing them to Block B. As a bitter fan, because I didn't know what was happening to my group, I didn't want to like stan them because I don't know, like I was weird back then. I'm different now. Like if it's a new group, I'm all here for it. I'm all for supporting people who are pursuing their dreams, and especially if I think that the music is catchy, I'm all here for it. So I don't really think like how I used to back in the day, but definitely back then I had an issue, and I didn't want to like the song. But the things that reeled me in was the song. Eventually, I couldn't get it out of my head. The song eventually did catch me. Like I caught myself singing it a few times, and I was like, crap, okay, I like them. Tay, I don't know why, but Tay really got me into the group more, made me want to like look for more. And man, my bias list with them was so messed up in the beginning because I was originally a Tae stan, and then it went from Tae to Namjoon, and then I realized how old everybody was. So then I tried to be like a Jin stan for a minute because we're both born in the same year. But then I realized that Hobie is my Lord and Savior and the reason why depression is not a thing. I'm kidding, I'm still depressed. It's way better now. It's way better now because I have Hobie there and other really cute boys with really nice smiles. Insert those boys right here. I first got into them, I was just bitter, but after a while, like, I couldn't lie, the music's good. Like, the music was really good. Like, how can you sit there and be mad? Like, seriously, what? Okay, there was this really good question that Jose asked after we talked about favorite songs for a minute. And I'm sad that the favorite songs part didn't make it. I thought it would at least make it in there, but it didn't. But I guess it wasn't important. We were just like vibing too much with each other. Because there was a moment that me, Jose, and Tae had when I was talking about my favorite songs, which was Let Me Know. When I mentioned Let Me Know, like, Jose was just like, oh yeah, and like Tae was like, okay, yeah, I see you. And like, honestly, because of that, I would have not voted for Tae for more, but I didn't get to ask like the hip hop questions and like squash that, so that's why it kind of ended the way it did. But I was actually writing like Trinity's name down. Like, I had the T for Trinity when I was voting for her in that round, because I think that was that round when she was voted out. But you know, I should have just wrote it. My whole goal for that episode was winning. Not winning the money, because I realized when it was getting closer to the shoot that there was a cash prize. I just wanted army. Well, yeah, army. I mean, yeah, army. I want an army. I want BTS fans, people who support BTS, people who don't support BTS, to see that we were going to get the first win, and we did. And that was the goal, and it happened. With how I portrayed myself after the filming. Like, immediately afterwards, I was like thinking, and then I messaged Tae on Twitter, and I told him, yeah, it looks like I came for you and stuff, and I wanted to let you know that was not my intentions, and everything. Like, I offered to take him out for a meal afterwards. Serious about that, Tae. I was serious about that. We gotta go out for lunch. What's your schedule? Let's plan it. So with that said, when the video ended, well, not when the video ended, when the filming, not even when the filming ended, the green light came on, and we were seeing who the hater was. And hater, I'm not gonna say like active hater, but who the hater was, and Trinity started walking up. I am like, they cut it out, but I immediately started saying sorry to Tae and walked over to Tae and hugged him and said that I was like, I kept saying sorry over and over again. And what got me was Tae said, no, it's okay. I'm just glad that Army won. And that was the point of everything. I wanted Army to win. I wanted the fans to win. Tae wanted the fans to win. I just want to end it off with one thing that has been on my mind after the shooting. After the shooting happened, a few days afterwards, I asked my friends on Facebook, what do you think it means? What are the requirements to be a fan of something or someone, specifically musical acts? I had a friend that said, if you like them enough to buy tickets to their concert, then you're a fan. Another friend said, if you buy albums, then you're a fan of that person. Some people said even if you just like some of their songs, you're a fan of a person. So here's where my mind is. If you love someone's music to the point where you can like play an album from beginning to end and not skip a song, and you can do that for a few of their albums, then I think you're a fan of that person. If you go to their concerts, I also agree. If you like someone enough to go to their concert, I think that makes you a fan. But I don't think there should be a big requirement to be a fan of somebody. And stuff, in my own personal opinion. Everything is subjective. Feel like your personal relationship with the artist determines if you're a fan or not. So whatever you feel from that person or artist group, then that's you. That's how you are with them, and no one else can tell you how much of a fan you are. I think it's ridiculous to hold people up to standards when it comes to fandom. I've seen it not just with K-pop, I've seen it with other types of music too. I was a big My Chemical Romance fan, and let me tell you something, when we had Danger Days and people were saying you're not a real fan because you don't know these albums, I hated that, even though I personally like the older stuff better. But I feel like, you know, we shouldn't be gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is stupid in any capacity. And I feel like there was a lot of gatekeeping comments afterwards that came up saying like, well, you're not a real fan because you guys didn't understand this. Well, let me tell you something. At least in my situation, in my experience, because I can speak on my experience the best. It's expensive to live in LA, okay? I do not have time to indulge. I feel so bad when I'm sitting around not doing anything and just messing around on my phone. So I don't have time to be a huge fan like I used to be. It's just financially irresponsible for me to do so, especially after coming out of homelessness. I don't want to lose my place at any cost. I do not want to lose my place. So if it means sacrificing a little bit of fun, then that's fine, because at least later I can make time for fun. And just to everybody out there, if you have someone that tells you that you're not a fan of someone because of some standard that they have because of their own personal relationship with that artist, it's ridiculous. Don't let that get to you. Don't let that determine what type of fan you are. Don't let that determine what type of person you are. You're still a fan if you feel like you're a fan. You're still ARMY if you feel like you're ARMY. And that's it. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's it. Like, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you appreciated my appearance in the Jubilee video, and if you like this whole little setup and want to see more videos from me, not just vlogs, but I'm really big on those fan interviews, go ahead and subscribe. Patreon. Okay, here we go. Promo and start. Hello folks, my name is Mika and I have a Patreon, which I will put right here for you to see. I have a tier that starts as low as $1 per month. Those are my friends. What's cooking? Good looking. I also have another tier, the most expensive tier that I have, and only the rich of the rich can afford. $5, and you join my intellectuals, okay? Intellectuals get a shout out at the end of each video, my dudes. So this video, I would like to give a shout out to my good friend Kenny. Kenny is my roommate and my best friend from high school. He is also the friend that got me into K-pop by playing SNSD G on the bus from school. Ever since then, I have been trash, and I thank him for guiding me down this rabbit hole and losing my sanity. Also supports me further by being an intellectual. So to that, Kenny, I commend you and thank you. I love you. All the funds from my Patreon is going to go towards producing and stuff that deals with like the videos and stuff, besides just like editing stuff. Like once I get to a certain point, the money's gonna start going back into you guys, and back into you guys, I mean, I wanna do giveaways, like when an album comes out. I want to do like album reviews in the future, and I also wanna be able to give away that album, whatever album I'm talking about. So I wanna do album giveaways. If there's concerts going up, if I have enough patrons, patronies, I want to be able to give away tickets in the future. And if that means using money from my patrons to buy extra tickets to give away to folks, I want to do that. I want to give back. I had so much fun in all my 10 years of being a K-pop fan, getting to know people, connecting with people, organizing things, and just participating. And I want to be able to give people the experiences that I've had. So before I go, I just want to ask you guys, who is your bias in BTS? How did you get into BTS? And what is your favorite song from BTS? Do you consider yourself ARMY, or do you consider yourself a fan, whether it be casual or a little bit more like intermediate, I guess? Please leave your responses in the comments below. I will be reading through those, and the ones that I like the most, I'll pop them up on the next video that I do. That's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, this is bye bye.